Hey everyone, my name is Aditya and I'm a rising senior at Limerick High School. So this past week, I worked on implementing my Spotify and email modules as well as getting my PIR motion sensor to work, and I have it turned on and off the HDMI connection with my monitor. Alrighty, so here's my PIR motion sensor, which will detect motion using infrared rays. And I attached it to my Raspberry Pi using jumper wires connected to the corresponding pin types, which include power, output, and ground. So power, as indicated by the brown jumper wire, is basically what gives the motion sensor power, and the output, as indicated by the red jumper wire, is basically what reads whatever the sensor picks up onto the Raspberry Pi. And then ground, as indicated by the black jumper wire, is basically just used as a precautionary measure. So now let's take a look at the terminal. If we run a command called /mm.sh and then we press enter, it will basically run our shell script called mm.sh, which will run both npm run start as well as our Python file at once. So if we look at the monitor, then it will indicate that the HDMI port is turned off. And we can easily turn that back on using our PIR motion sensor. So if we quickly activate it, like so, then hopefully the monitor will turn on. And over here, I've implemented an email module, which will basically just display any unread emails you might have. And I've also implemented a Spotify module, which will display what you're currently listening to on Spotify. Now, it's also important to note that for this demo, I adjusted the period of allowed inactivity to be 20 seconds long, but under a normal use, it will go to sleep in a minute. One minor challenge I had was that my PIR motion sensor was detecting motion even when there wasn't any. After adjusting its sensitivity and time delay, and looking at my code for any potential bugs, I ended up replacing it with a new one and it ended up working. Next week, I'm planning on putting together the monitor, acrylic glass, and the frame, and adding an LED light strip around the perimeter of my frame.